Okay, so extra shopping details or protocols. So as you are in the United States, you can find coupons and then you can cut them and then you can organize them into a file or a container or even in your purse or wallet and then bring them to the store and then compare it with the list and stuff like that. So this is important because you can save some money. Another thing that you want to consider is getting these things. I don't know how they're called, but this is so that you can put your shopping bags in here and then you can carry them like that so that it won't hurt your hand. And speaking of this, you want to also include in your shopping EDC thing the bags that you're going to carry the things in, because number one, some it's better for the environment, obviously, because you're reusing the same bag. Number two, because sometimes they are charging you for each plastic bag that they are going to give you. And number three, because those shopping bags are usually very light in color and people can see what you are buying. And if people can see what you're buying, it's not nice, because there is people that will actually follow other people to see, which place has a lot of food and whatever, and they might not hit you or take anything from you, but they will take a notice on that. So it's better if you get shopping bags that are thick and dark in color. You also want to consider taking medication, because when people are making lines, sometimes they get panic attacks. Other times they will get tension, high blood pressure tension or whatever, because of the heat or because of the waiting. And there are people that actually take a small foldable chair so that they can sit down while they are waiting. You might want to consider that one. And there are people that, if you know that they're going to stay a long time in the line, they also take a small thermo with ice so that they can get cool things, while they are waiting. So keep in mind, like I told you before, hydration, now you have to take care of medicines, because, you don't want to be in the middle of the line and then realizing that you're having a high blood pressure thing or episode because it's too hot, and then not having medicine around. Or maybe you have a headache, or maybe you have a pain in your stomach, or maybe you have a problem in your feet, because most people are not used to the idea of standing in their own feet. So keep all of these things in mind. And by the way, my email is down below in case that you want to help me. I'm not monetizing the channel. I'm having too much trouble to get my accounts in the US ready or whatever. And so, I don't have a PayPal or whatever. So I appreciate if somebody, if the people help me by giving me an Amazon card, because with that I can get some of the things that I'm asking people to get for themselves if they want to do certain things. I am not recommending certain brands unless I absolutely have to, because, or unless, I want to. I'm not getting paid for advertising or anything, because, I'm not in the US to advertise something from the US. But anyway, other than that, I also wanted to tell you that when you're going to go shopping in these things, it is important that you have a protocol for security in case that you separate. For instance, if all of a sudden the fire alarms goes off, and then where are you going to meet? Is it in the car? Is it in the parking lot? Is it, where? If there is an emergency, a fire, an earthquake, whatever it is, a shooting, whatever, there are 1,000 emergencies that you are going to face, eventually. I hope you don't, but if you're outside all the time, eventually an emergency will show up, and then you better have a plan about where to meet and what time, especially if the one who is driving the car is not there because he's either doing something else while you are going shopping. Because, for instance, if you have to wait 6 hours in the line, you know, and somebody has the car and you have a group, then what's the car doing there? Maybe you can take it to an oil change. Maybe you can take it to get it clean. Maybe you can do something else, while the other person does the line. The whole point about this is that you are making the best use of the time that you can get. Or maybe the person in the car can go to another store to try to get something else. So keep in mind that the list that I told you that you should get, every person will probably need to get that list, just in case, like I told you, you can hit other places at once. And also about this whole situation, like I told you, you better be relaxed. Some people actually take books and those Sudoku and puzzles and stuff like that. Some people take that, but if you're going to read or you're going to get those to do this while you're in line, you have to be aware of the fact that you are paying attention to that and you're not paying attention to the environment. And if you're not paying attention to the environment, people might step in front of you and you don't notice. And there are a lot of things that might happen. So, like, somebody will pickpocket things from you. There is so many people in the lines that there is a very high chance that people are going to do pickpocketing. Like they steal things from your pocket, including cell phones or whatever. So it's important that you understand this and you are very aware of that. Speaking about the security thing aspect, as I said, you probably want to do this in a group, and I hope that these tips are useful for you. Remember to keep the cash with you. Remember to take cash all the time that you can. Remember to have the tank filled with gas and stuff like that. And be safe. In case that I have something else that I can remember, I will do another video. But so far, this is sort of like the things that we do. So thank you for watching.